spices. They make our food delicious, our noses run, and sometimes they start wars. Did you know that Indian spices were so valuable that they made kings rich, pirates greedy, and European powers ready to fight? Fun fact number one. As early as 1500 BCE, ancient Indians were using turmeric as sunscreen. Forget SPF 50, our ancestors had haldi. It was even praised in Ayurvedic texts for protecting the skin from the harsh sun. Talk about an all-natural glow-up. Let's travel back in time to 5,000 years ago, to the Indus Valley, before the Romans, before the Spice Girls, and before you knew what masala was. Spices were already a big deal in ancient India, traded from the Indus Valley to Mesopotamia, and later reaching Egypt, China, and even Greece. The Egyptians used turmeric to dye cloth, while black pepper was a prized item for both the rich and the elite. By the time of the Roman Empire, Indian spices were at the center of global trade, and black pepper became so valuable that Roman soldiers were literally paid in peppercorns instead of gold. Fun fact number two. When the Great Fire of Rome happened in 64 AD, some Roman historians claimed that the obsession with luxury items, like Indian spices, had made the empire too soft. A spicy way to blame the fall of Rome. Now let's talk about the spice wars. As spices became more valuable, European countries fought tooth and nail to control them. The Portuguese were the first to set up shop in India, but they weren't alone for long. In 1498, Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama landed in Calicut, hoping to strike a spice deal. But the Zamarin of Calicut wasn't impressed with his beads and trinkets. Guess what? He was more interested in real spice. Fun fact number three. Vasco's crew was so desperate for spices during their long voyage to India that legend has it, they boiled their ship's wooden planks to extract any leftover spice flavor. Yikes! Talk about spicy survival tactics. The Dutch East India Company wasn't going to sit back and let the Portuguese monopolize the spice trade. By the mid-1600s, they had their eyes on the prize. Fun fact number four. The Dutch were so obsessed with spices that they literally swapped Manhattan, yep, New York City, for a tiny island in Indonesia. 1667, the Dutch gave up their control of New Amsterdam to the English in exchange for Run Island and its nutmeg. Now that's what you call serious spice priorities. Soon, the British East India Company took over the spice game, building an empire that spanned across India and beyond. The Battle of Plassey in 1757 led to the British controlling vast territories in India, including the spice-producing regions. Fun fact number five. The British didn't know what to do with Indian chilies when they first encountered them. They thought chilies were poisonous and banned them in Europe. Turns out they just hadn't realized how amazing spicy food could be. Fast forward to today, India still produces 70% of the world's spices, and the global demand for spices like turmeric, black pepper, and cardamom continues to grow. Indian spices have not only shaped global cuisine, but they've influenced cultures around the world, from the chili craze in Mexico to the popularity of curry powder in the UK. Fun fact number six. And finally, did you know black pepper was like the Bitcoin of the ancient world? That's right. People traded it like gold. It was so valuable that Roman soldiers were paid in peppercorns instead of gold. India's pepper was the Bitcoin of the ancient world. So next time you cook up something with Indian spices, remember, they don't just add flavor, they've started wars, changed empires, and maybe even caused a few tummy battles along the way. Whether it's with countries or your own stomach, these spices sure know how to make things spicy. Like, subscribe, and let us know, what's your favorite Indian spice? Until next time, stay spicy.